Hello everyone, I am Lori Kutsch. Sorry, I'm adjusting my camera here. It is mystery envelope time from Makers with Heart, and this month Katie sent our rules, and this is fun. I've had a lot of fun with this one. If you're not familiar with the Makers with Heart mystery envelopes, every month on the 25th we release a video, and they're called mystery envelopes because we all receive the same goodies in our mystery envelope. And we have to create something with them, and we have rules around what we can do. So this month rules say, I love interactive elements and fun folds. Your challenge is to create a project with an interactive element, something other than a flip flap. If you are not familiar with Close to My Heart flip flaps, they're fantastic. You should check them out. It says you can add any cardstock in colors that are in the storybook collection, and you must use a stamp set, and you can use any embellishments that you want. Okay, so the stamp set I am using is the Easter Gnomes Stamp and Thin Cut. And for the sake of your time, I pre-cut my Easter Gnomes and I've already colored them because you know, I want to be respectful of your time watching this video. So I don't know which ones or all of them that I'm going to use. We got a little basket and an egg. So these are the ones, I did one of every one on here. So I've pre-done those. There you go. It says, Gnome Bunny is a better friend than you, and have an Easter like gnome other, and happy Easter. So we're going to use that stamp as well. But, so I did that off camera. So we received some, ooh, my computer just went crazy. We received this black, sorry, I got to get back to where I was because that has my measurements. Black glitter cardstock. We received a zip strip. We received some irresistibles, which if you don't know what these are, I'm going to show you. They're really cool. And then we received 2 pieces of paper, and these are all from the, well, not the irresistibles, but these are from the storybook collection. So I added, I'm going to set these aside, some mulberry cardstock. And I cut a piece, it's going to be our card base, at 5.5 by 8.5. And then I scored it at 4 1/4 to give us, when we fold it, it'll be our card base. Then we have another piece that is 3 by 4, and I have scored it at 1 inch, 2 inch, and 3 inch. So we're going to have some folds there. And then we have a little tiny piece that is 3 1/4 by 2 and 2 1/4, sorry. And I have scored that at 1 1/4. So it's going to be just a little not perfectly lined up. So perfect. So the first thing I am going to do is we're going to cut this irresistible piece down to match our card base front. So since I cut this at 5.5 by 8.5 and I scored it at 4 1/4, that means our card front is going to be 5.5 by 4 1/4. So I will grab my cutter. And we're going to cut this at 5.5 and 4 1/4. So now that should match our card front, and it does. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my, this is lumpy, but I'm going to get some washi tape, and I'm going to kind of just tape this together because I want them lined up and I don't want it to move at all. And I'm going to thin cut it at the same time so that it stays, well, my cut's going to be on the same piece on both. Okay. Then I'm going to take our rectangle stitched thin cut, and I'm going to just visually put it on there where it looks like it's in the center. And I'm going to tape that down as well because I don't want that to move while I'm moving it to put it in the machine. Okay. So now I'm going to grab my Close to My Heart die cut machine. This is one of my most favorite tools. Use it all the time. And I'm going to cut them at the same time. And it's going to cut through both pieces. And you'll hear it popping and cracking. And I love this machine because you can adjust the tension on it so you don't need to shim anything any longer. And then it just folds up and I can move it away. I just lost my pin cut somewhere. That's okay, I will find it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so you can see it cut through both pieces, which is exactly what I wanted to have happen. Get rid of my washi tape off of here. And now I can separate these. And washi tape works perfect for this because it's not going to tear your cardstock. Okay, so I'm going to set all this stuff aside, and this didn't cut all the way. That's okay because I don't think I'm going to need it, but we're going to just separate it just in case I do. Okay, this is so exciting. So now you'll see this lines up on here. And what are irresistibles, you say? I'm going to show you. I can't find my mat, but that's okay. We will do it on a piece of leftover cardstock. So I'm going to just take one of our blending brushes and our foam, and I'm going to take the mulberry ink, and I'm going to just rub it onto this piece of irresistible. And that's why they're called irresistible, because can you see the lines on there? They're going to resist this ink, and you're going to see the pattern. How cool, right? So I'm just inking that up. I'm getting it darker in some places and lighter in the other, but the more you go over it, the darker it will get. Oops. So there it is. How cool. I love these irresistibles. They're so fun. And now I can just take some adhesive. Oh my gosh, I'm a mess. And put this to our card front. So there is our card front. I'm going to fold this over. When I'm done, I will run this back through my on my scoreboard to crease it and score it where it'll lay flat. But for right now, this is fine. And then we have this piece. Oops. this, the piece of the mulberry cardstock, not the one I want, that cut out of there. I seem to have lost it. I didn't lose it, it's right here. So we're gonna have the frame, and then I'm going to put this in there. So we're gonna have that double piece. Make sense? Now, because it cut this, and I want them together, I shouldn't have actually took them apart, but I did. I am going to, I don't want to put adhesive on the back of this because it would then stick to the inside of my card. So we're going to, we're gonna wing it. We're gonna make it work. So I am going to run some adhesive on the back of this just to hold these in place so that they stay lined up. But I'm also going to mount it on a piece of extra paper so that this adhesive doesn't stick to the inside of my card. So we have this. Then we have the piece that I inked on, and that's just extra, so it's going on there. And I'm going to just trim it. Matches so well, I can't see where I'm cutting. So now that will fit in there like so. Okay, so now this is where our interactive piece comes in. Okay, sorry, I had to turn off the camera for a second. Our next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our piece that we scored at the 1 inch, the 2 inch, and the 3 inch, and we're just going to crease those folds. And then we're going to lay them flat. Now you want a really strong adhesive for this, and I don't want, I mean, I could probably use my tape runner, but I want something a little bit stronger. So I'm just going to use some score tape, and I've got it. It's the, I don't know how wide this is. I don't know, but it's going to work. And you're going to just put it across the front part of this. And I'm going to overlap it because I'm going to trim it. Or you mean overhang it because I'm going to trim it down. And I've got to trim this side. I am a mess today, you guys. And then I'm going to peel this off, and I'm going to put a second one just because I really want this to stay held down. But don't go over your crease line because then you'll be in trouble. I just threw something on the floor. Now you're just going to fold this in half, and you're going to visually put it kind of in the middle of your rectangle. It doesn't have to be perfect. And you want to be right up on that seam, and I don't think I got perfect, but it will be okay. Now, next, you're going to just run a piece on here, up close. Do not get it over, or you will have problems with your mechanism working. think I need to trim this down just a smidge more. You don't want any extra hanging off the edge. And then you're going to close this up. And that makes the interactive piece of your card. That will allow it to stand up. Okay. Next, we're going to take our little folded piece and we're going to put some adhesive on the back because you have it folded. It's not perfectly the same size. You're going to put some adhesive on the back here. And then with this laid down, and you know what I just did? I screwed up because I don't want it to stick to this crease, and it would. So let's fix it. Okay, sorry. Off camera, I used my Cricut tool and I took the adhesive off of the back of this, and I grabbed some thinner score tape, and we're just going to run that on the bottom of this instead of the thicker one, because we don't want it to cover that crease here. Otherwise our hinge won't work. See, we all make mistakes. You just go with it. Okay, so now just kind of eyeball it into the center. And push it down. Next, we're going to take our piece and we're going to just put some adhesive along there. Again, do not get it over the edge or it's going to affect how your little pivot there is going to work. I'm gonna have to trim that. It was hard to do because I'm left-handed and it was on the wrong side. You know, all the things. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to take the backing off of this. If I can get my nail underneath there. There we go. And we're going to put our piece on top. And this is going to make our interactive piece that will stand up when it is open. And then you can fold it back down to close. Okay, so that's how that's going to work. So now it's time to place our gnomes. And this will stay better once it is properly creased. So, kind of like so we just have to decide what we want and where. So I think we can do something like this, on the front, and then we will stamp one of these stamps. Have a Easter like gnome other, and I'm going to stamp it right onto my project. Let me grab a block. And I'm hooked on this Memento ink, you guys, so that is what I'm going to use. And I should have stamped it before I put all those things in there, because now I'm not sure I'm going to get a good... So I'm wondering, because it's not even, but we're gonna go for it. We're gonna hope it works. Don't mind my head. Just kind of rocking it, making sure all the... Yay, it worked! Always stamp before you put bulky things on the back. I didn't even think. So you don't want to cover your edges, because then your piece isn't going to flow. But I can put it underneath, because then it will still pull out. So I'm going to put Mr. Gnome there, put some adhesive on the back of him. And I just used our our Tri-Blend Spectrum Noir markers to color these gnomes. I love my gnomes. If you've followed me at all, you know I love my gnomes. And this little Easter basket and this little egg, I think I'm going to pop them up with some foam tape. So I just have little pieces that I'm going to use. I don't even know where those came from. They were just sitting there. But we have foam tape that I use as well. Okay. And now we're going to go to the inside. So when this stands up, what do we want in here? So I'm going to just open that up, and we're going to put this one. I really like the girl and I really like that guy, but there's not enough room for both. Or is there? No. We're going to overlap them because I like them so much. Before I do that, I forgot I have other things here I need to use. I don't know that I want to use the black. But I am going to cut a strip of this. Like right there. I'm not sure what the measurement is on that. I am just eyeballing it, which is what I do with a lot of things. And then we know our card base is 5.5, so I need to go 5.5 wide. And now I can put my little gnome guy down, making sure he doesn't hang out. And then the cute girl in the lavender. I can put her on there as well. Looks like she's throwing a egg into the basket. So there is my interactive card. You know, again, it folds right up like so, that you can mail it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you watch the other, I will crease this so it'll lay down more, the other makers with heart mystery envelopes to see what they do. I'm sure I'm going to just be amazed by their creativity, and I'm sure you will too. If you don't know, we are having a virtual crop in the Makers with Heart community on April 22nd. There will be a link to join that in the description below. It's a Facebook group. It's completely free, and we're just going to have classes, and there'll be supply lists if you want to create right along with us, and then just have fun cropping together and chit-chatting. So thanks for watching. If you have not clicked on that subscribe button, please do that. I would be honored if you would. And I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day.